told me of today that your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict.
I'll sit.
I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behaviours seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Since it went in that corner?
By my troth, my lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she does but counterfeit.
Faith like enough.
Oh, God! Counterfeit! There was never counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion, as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well, this fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
How? How, I pray you? Oh, you amaze me. I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
I would have sworn it had, my lord, especially against Benedict.
I should think this is a gull. But that the white-bearded fellow speaks it, never cannot sure hide himself in such a reverence.
He hath taken the infection. Hold it up.
Has she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis true, indeed.
So your daughter says. Shall I,
Says she.
that have so often counted him with scorn, write to him that I love him?
This says she now when she's beginning to write to him, for she'll be up 20 times a night, and there will she sit in her smock until she had writ a sheet of paper.
Now
My daughter tells us all.
Now you talk of a sheet of paper. I remember a pretty jest your daughter told us all.
Oh, when she had writ it and was reading it over, she found Benedict and Beatrice between the sheet.
Ha! 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 That.
Oh, she tore the letter into 1,000 halfpence, railed at herself that she should be so immodest to write to the one that she knew would flout her. I measure him, says she, by my own spirit, for I should flout him if he writ to me. Yea, though I love him, I should.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart and tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict! God, give me patience!
She doth indeed. My daughter says so, and the ecstasy hath so much overborne her that my daughter is sometimes afeard she will do a desperate outrage to herself. It is very true.
It were good that Benedict knew that by some other if she will not reveal it.
To what end? You would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he surely were in arms to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion she is virtuous.
And she is exceedingly wise.
In everything but in loving Benedict.
Ha 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 ha! Oh my lord, wisdom and blood combating in so tender a body, we have 10 proofs to 1 that blood hath the victory. I am sorry for her, for I have just cause, being her uncle and her guardian.
I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have daffed all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you tell Benedict of it and hear what it will say.
Were it good, think you?
Hero surely thinks she will die, for she says she will die. If he love her not, she will die. Ere she make her love known, and she will die. If he woo her rather than bate one breath of her accustomed crossness.
Oh. She doth well if she should make tender of her love. 'Tis very possible he'll scorn it. For the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
Before God, and in my mind very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks of like wit.
And I take him to be valiant.
As Hector, I assure you. And in the managing of quarrels, you may say he is wise, for either he avoids them with great discretion, or undertakes them with the most Christian-like fear.
If he do fear God, I must necessarily keep peace. If he break the peace, he ought to enter into a quarrel with fear and trembling.
And so will he do, for the man doth fear God. Howsoever it seems not in him by some large jest he will make. Well, I am sorry for your niece. Shall we go seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
Never, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, that's impossible. She may wear her heart out first.
Well, we'll hear further it by your daughter. Let it cool a while. I love Benedict well, and I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy to have so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If ye do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let us send her to call him in for dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They heard the truth of this from Hero. It seems her affections had their full bent. They seem to pity the lady. Love me! Why, it must be requited. I hear I'm censured. They say I'll bear myself proudly if I do perceive the love doth come from her. They say, too, she would rather die than show any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are those that hear their detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. It is a truth. Ah, I can bear them witness. And virtuous. Oh, it is so. I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. Oh, by my troth, it's no great addition to a wit, nor no great argument or a folly for. Oh, I'll be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me because I've railed so long against marriage, but does not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth, he cannot endure in his age. When I said I would die a bachelor, I'd never think I would live till I was married. Whoa! Lady Beatrice, by this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I'm sent to bid you come into dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure in the message then?
Yea, just so much as you may take it upon a knife's point and chuck a door withal.
Oh.
You have no stomach, senor. Fare you well.
I'm sent to bid you come in for dinner. Against my will. There's a double meaning in that. I took as much pains for those things as you took pains to thank me. That's as much to say, any pains I take for you are as good as thanks. Oh, if I do not take pity of her, I'm a villain. Oh, if I do not love her, I'm untrue. I'll go get a picture. Hey, nonny, nonny.